Good morning. I've had a great morning already. I've just gone past two Labrador puppies, exactly like the toilet paper, the toilet roll ones, exactly that shape and size. Anyway, it's Sunday morning, it's very early, and I'd set myself the task of doing a full review of the Orbea Rise H10 2023 this morning. And instead, I thought, sod it, let's go for a ride instead, so that we're going for a ride. All new, as usual, off-road, let's go. Oh, come on, this is amazing. So since having this bike, and bearing in mind I have it for 1 month only, I haven't been able to stop riding it. I've been out on it every day. It's completely addictive. It's a joy to jump on in the morning and go for a ride. Even if it's Sunday and 6:30, it's just thrilling. It's a great bike. Anyway, enough gushing, did that last time. Instead, we're going to go off-road, hopefully to some very, very pretty bits. The weather doesn't look like it's going to help us out very much. It might even rain, so I do hope there isn't mud. There's a lot of traffic for a Sunday morning. We don't usually get this much on a weekday. So I've been doing these rides without you, and I've actually felt a little guilty about it, because some of them have been absolutely fantastic and others, well, less so. But I have done a ride which goes up the mountain in front of us there, La Picosa, and it was a belter. So we're going to be going partially up La Picosa today, but the one that I wasn't quite so proud of, I tried single track for the first time, which for the uninitiated, it basically just means like a footpath. Only this footpath came down off a 700 metre high mountain right back down to almost sea level. So it should have been, was an amazing path track. Only it did get too steep for me. And also the mountain bikers had improved it. So there were jumps and there was a rock garden. Only the rock garden I sort of estimate was at about 60 degrees. I came off over the top of the handlebars, or rather I got so far and then my arms just collapsed, and so I just crashed down on top of the bars. So I've got some nice bruises around my belly. I then fell off sideways, so I've got bruises to my ribs. I managed to catch my calf on a pedal, so I've got a lovely bruise there as well. Into peach season here. I don't know if you've seen these little peaches. They're can you see that? They're flattened. So if there's ever anything that's a little bit awkward with eating a peach, is you get all the juice down your hand. Well, with those ones, you can hold it between your thumb and index finger and just eat it without getting messy. They're really popular, because today we're going a little bit over 1,000 metres of climbing, which is about 3,300 feet. It's going to be a slightly longer ride at about 50 kilometres. So we've got a mix of gravel, bedrock, dust. It's our road surface, as usual. Makes not a jot of difference to the rise. It just ploughs up everything. I'm finding that on this sort of stuff it doesn't matter where you are. Let's go over here for the rockier stuff. It doesn't matter about your line with this sort of stuff. It literally will just crawl over anything you want to give it. So bedrock, gully, small stones, tree roots. just not a problem. I'm going to give you a view of the view because it's rather nice. Moody, hold on. So I hope you can see that's La Picosa up ahead of us. It's gone wrong. Luckily it's got 2 bites of the cherry. Just pop down here. A little bit wrong. Downhill, wasn't expecting that. Heading down. Sorry to disturb the flow. No, not right. I didn't think we had any downhill that early on, so I did go back up again. I think we're on the right. Yes, we're on the right track now. Well, that creek does get to me. On top of that hill behind is actually a hermitage. Very, very pretty. It's impossible to get to from this side, although now I think about it, I've just I don't know if my finger's going to be in the right place. To the right of the aerials there is a cliff, and up that cliff is a trail that I've done with the dogs, and now I think of it, that's a mountain bike trail. So some idiots have actually gone over a cliff. I don't know how they do that. It's very, very impressive. But it might have been a private residence that was bought for restoration, and during digging I think they found a mass grave in the garden, so work stopped. I think that's this area here. So work stopped while they investigated it. You see why someone would want to restore it. Corral out the side of it as well. It looks to me as though work has absolutely stopped. It looks extremely steep up. It could even be one that I go into first gear for. It does look steep, doesn't it? Crouched right over the bars, so the picture isn't so good, apologies. Front wheel is trying to lift. I can't tell how steep it is. Over 25, I guess. It's short, thankfully. Still hard work, isn't it? That was the bike was in max there, and we've got another one. We go again. I'd love to know what those are. There's my bike. Looks great, doesn't it? You see anything wrong with this picture? No drinks bottle. And there aren't a lot of shops out here. Not that I have any money on me, because it's an off-road adventure. This could be quite a short ride. It's nice and cloudy and cool at the moment. It's about 25 degrees. But it's due to hit rather more. Really, 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 really loose. Oh, not nice. What a beautiful spot we're in. And then a few techniques for going downhill. There's the obvious push your foot hard down on the outside, which I've been doing anyway. I do that on the road. But the other one is actually turning your hips to face the direction that you want to go in. Keeping your knees quite close together if you're keeping them on the flat. And leaning the bike in which lets those knobbly bits on the side of the tyre grip much better than if you're going slowly and flat. If that makes sense. Probably not. Just starting to rain. It's been such a weird July. I'm trying to rack my brains as to what I can do about the water situation. Can't think of anything. Not entirely sure. Looks right. That's pretty as well. Oh, there's water in it. Just another little stream. Another long climb this. I'm very thirsty at the top. I think we're going to have to try, probably going to have to cut this one short and do another one, or come back and finish it off on another day, because I can't do a 2.5 hour ride without water. That's just foolish. Bit of a shame. Actually really looking forward to today's ride. Oh, this is hard work. I'm going to put it up to max. The max power, when you are feeling a bit tired like that, but you are prepared to push hard, it's really powerful. The system as a whole works so beautifully. I don't know if I said before, it's essentially it's like you pedaling, only like you've got superpowers. So I feel like I'm doing enough to get me up this hill. But the reality is, I've got an awful lot of oomph helping me up that. So this is the valley we were going to follow, and then we're going to go up. Can't quite see, there's some the ridge to the right hand side of some beautiful rocks, and we're going to go up there. But in the middle of this shot, I'll zoom in, but it's in the, there maybe, there's a medieval tower, and this whole valley is called the Valley of the Torre, Valley of the Tower. And the funny thing is about it is that it was a whole village, and the only thing of the entire village that's left is the tower from the castle, nothing else. And nobody knows why. There's very little history about the village. But we're not going there today, because I didn't bring a bloody water bottle. Idiot. These little bumps to divert the rainwater when it comes. They're called the aguas, divert waters. It's exactly what they do. Spanish is often a very literal language. So if you don't know how to say a thing, just put the words together, what you're trying to say, and it'll be understood. It might even be the right word. This is our turn. I'm certainly cheering myself up. This is a shorter route. It's a very lovely one. Do you know what? You can't look at the view as much if you're going fast on a mountain bike. It kind of works. I'm just trying to see if you can see the gorge. The answer's going to be no. I was trying to show you. Through these trees is a beautiful, tiny, but it's absolutely beautiful rocky gorge, ravine. I don't know, just didn't know it was there. So I've just stood up on the pedals here. The road's probably tell from the handlebars, the road is rough. The whole thing is being absorbed for me. Suspension and the tyres. It's brilliant. I guess I'll come off road for you, so. Absolutely going to put it in max for the rest of the way. I want to see what it can do. I tend to ride it like the gain, so if I don't need it, I don't put it on the system, the assist. I'm already finding with it in max, going up a road like this, which you don't really need it at all, is that you end up pedaling just as hard and you end up making really rapid progress. If you knew you were only going to go out for an hour or something, you can still get fit. You can still get fit, I believe, even with it in max, because it only gives you max. You turn the pedals quickly and push hard. This isn't giving me max power now because I can't really generate the power. Let's have a go actually. Right. Much faster cadence, pushing much harder, and you can actually feel the motor below you giving you more power. Absolute fact. When I was just pooping along there, it wasn't giving me as much as now. My little chubby legs aren't very good at very high cadences though, so I'm going to change up a couple of gears, except I'll have less power. Getting to the 25 km/h cut off anyway, uphill. I've said it before, it's an exceptional bike. I'm really, really thirsty now. It's not too far to go, really. Only I've chosen a longer way to get back. On full power, you certainly get up to speed quickly. With his superpowers. Hard down on the outside foot. Lovely. In some ways I wish I hadn't made the pure unadulterated joy video title, because I had a fantastic ride that day on my gain and it was exactly what I needed, because I've been feeling a bit low for one reason or another. But for pure unadulterated joy, it's this one. Vamos. Don't know which way now. Well, I'll take the high road, and so will you. Something my dad always used to say to me, and it was just drilled into him when he was a lad. When you're out walking, maintain height. I think it means don't go, down across a valley if you can just stay on the same level and go around it. Less energy expended. I'm not sure he's a great one to listen to though, because famously in the family history, Dad fell off Helvellyn when he was 15, and he was out on a school trip, or let's say it's a school trip. I think it was. He fell off Helvellyn and he came back on crutches to the family home, and his mum, my nan, couldn't look at him, just couldn't look at him. She said to Fred, my granddad, I brought him up without a mark on him. There you go. Some Yakko family history now. I mean, come on. Well, this time it just doesn't matter. They all go in the right direction. It's whether we want to go this way or the other way. And this looks more interesting. It looks smaller, I should say. Rabbit! This is a rather spectacular view in front of us. I can see straight across the Orbea Valley to the mountains on the far side. Mountains which, these are the Tuvisa mountains. They're ones which we're going to be tackling later. This is really, really sketchy descent. Not going very fast on that, thank you. That wasn't very nice. Oh, I'm going to say more about this bloody bike again now. So, I didn't like the look of that bit of the track. The brakes on these are absolutely amazing. I mean, I know they've got bigger rotors, but it's the... Well, hold on, let's see if I can show you. You just use one finger. Just one finger. You can then grip hold. You're not supposed to use a death grip. I do find I'm gripping hold pretty tightly though sometimes. You only need one finger to do the braking, so the rest of your hands can be steering, balancing, correcting, and the brake's just one finger. You're not losing any control. They do say you can swap to two fingers if you really need to brake hard. Absolutely don't need to. Never need to use two fingers. The brakes are easily capable of chucking you over the bars if you yank them on. So that's with one finger, so why would you? You know what? I'm also going to pedal, because this looks like fun. Let's see what we've got here. I can feel the suspension dropping into whatever little holes there are and smoothing out the ride for me. You hear that whirring is the brakes. Very different noise to the game. Well, this is good fun, I've got to say. Obviously much further down the mountain now because back to the peach trees. It'll probably mean that we'll be back on tarmac before long, at which point I'll say goodbye for a couple of days. Okay, we're going to knock it on the head there for today. Apologies for that. My own silly fault for going out without water. Could have been avoided. Anyway, I've seen what a long extro this is. It's because I'm concentrating on the road again actually. It's got a bit steep. So I'll see you in a couple of days guys and we'll carry on this same route. It was a good one. We didn't get to see any of it, but if it's a nicer day you'll get some much better views than we were going to get today. So that's a positive. Do like to end on a high note. Oh wow, this is steep. The bend. Hold on. That's better. Can you see it? Anyway, where were we? It was me saying goodbye. I'll see you in a couple of days guys. Bye.